Hello everyone, for this review we have the remaining Playmates 40th Legendary Voltron. I recently reviewed the Black Lion. It was the only figure that was widely available at the time, and have been lucky enough to find the rest of the limbs at my local Target. These are still not available online for online ordering and delivery, and when I picked these up, the Target app did not show that these were available at the location I found them in. They were also in the NECA Pops collectible area of the store. So if you need these, that's probably where you want to look, and you probably want to start hunting for these. I only found these four. This is all they had at the store that I was at. So you know how the distribution is on collector stuff. So these are re-releases with a little bit different marketing on them. But they're the same figures that came out, I think, in like 2017 or 2018, something like that. I didn't get those at the time, so this is exciting for me. If you have these already, you don't need them unless you're a package collector. The artwork is really nice though. I like the classic Voltron symbol. It's got this 40th anniversary logo. It's got this blue grid work. If you grew up in the 80s, lots of products had blue grids on it, like Transformers and Sega Master System, and man, almost everything. So that's kind of cool. So let's take a look at the back of these. I don't think this is going to be extremely, well, it's kind of cool. I was going to say, I don't think this is going to be like very shocking, but the artwork is nice, or the photography work, I should say. But you pretty much got the same thing going on. It shows the cat with all of the weapons deployed. I do think that is cool. They didn't have to create all the missile loading and missile pods and stuff like that, but they did for each of them. So I think that's kind of cool. One thing I noticed is that in the photography, it almost makes it look like the limbs have chrome paint. They definitely, um, they're not painted at all. They're gray plastic, and it's okay, but it kind of makes me wonder if they had planned to release these with painted limbs. Who knows? But you get to see each one with their accessories fully attached, and you get to see where they will line up on Voltron. So I'm going to get these out of the package, and we'll go over each lion, and then we will go over the combined mode. Okay, so we're going to start off with the red lion first. He is the what is he? The right arm or left arm, however you think about him being facing Voltron. Specifically, this side. If you're looking at Voltron from the front, it's the left arm. He comes with the sword. He's got a blade weapon. He's got a missile launcher. He's got this little laser gun thing as well. These just tab in and they do snap, and you can put them on any of the limbs. The tails are designed to retract, so you can place them in there. This is going to be important for Voltron mode, and they're rubbery. Um, The missile launcher does fire, and it's got pretty good travel. So it doesn't have like a strong mega, gonna hurt somebody type force, but it launches pretty far. I wasn't expecting that. And another notable thing is the mouths are on a spring, which is cool and also frustrating. It takes a little bit of work to get the weapons in. And all the lions, these blades that they have, there's tabs at the top that tab into the top of the mouth. And you'll see with the other ones, some of them have places for the teeth to go while they're holding them. So, um, he's got articulation that's going to matter for Voltron. The leg articulation is pretty simple. It's just hinge joints. But, basically what you need for the limbs. There's no side to side with the head. The head does turn. Spring-loaded mouth. And because of Voltron, he's got this mid-sectional joint. So that is the red lion. And we'll go over the green lion since he's going to be similar. The green lion comes with the shield, and there's a tab. This does not articulate at all, so it's going to be in a fixed position. He's got this missile launcher with the one missile. He's got this little thing that's supposed to be like a mine. So he's got that. He's got his blade weapon. And he looks pretty cool. Exact same articulation as the red lion. He is a little bit different. If you're not aware, like red lion is blocky and green lion is more curvy. The heads do look the same, and I'm sure the limbs are identical. Just the torso is different on each one of these. All right, so that's the green lion. Okay, we'll do blue lion next. On the leg lions, their tails fold forward for Voltron mode. He's got a rocket launcher, three missile rocket launcher. He's got some type of beam weapon for the other. And he's got his blade weapon that he holds in his mouth. And there are little indentions for where the teeth go in. The paint is pretty nice on the head. Like he's got the little green dot, and all the various areas are painted up well. And one thing that's kind of interesting is for like the screws and the hinges kind of blend very well with the design. And because he's a foot, his tiger feet, lion feet are a little bit larger, so not the same as the arm bots, arm cats, however you want to call them. But looking pretty good. He does not have any kind of like midsection articulation, but because of Voltron mode, he's got lots of head and neck articulation because of what he has to do for the foot. So that's cool. All right, and then finally the yellow lion. He's got this nice dual missile launcher. It is one piece, so that's how they kind of fake it here. He's got something that's like a mine also, so kind of like a counterpart to the green lion. This weapon at the top does articulate, and then he's got the yellow blade, as you see there. Some decent paint on that. So those are looking pretty good. You can get some pretty cool poses with these guys. And there are the legs and limbs. And then if I can get him into the frame, here is the black lion. So pretty nice. Okay, so let's form Voltron. Okay, so start with the legs. Take the sweaters off. Although it'd be kind of cool to have weapons on. I could never seen anybody display them with the weapons on. A lot of times, Voltron toys have a heel spur for the leg, and these do not. So just FYI on that. Looks good. Okay, standing up pretty well. Okay, blue line. Thing I like about something like this is you don't have to feel afraid about breaking something because these are definitely made to be played with, not like Chogokin or uh, Carbonics and whatnot. Okay, I'm trying to figure out. Okay, yep. So one thing about the black lion is the shoulder will not rotate all the way around. So you will discover, um, it's basically only one way to orient, one direction you can go in. And I'm sure they do that to prevent damage to the joint. Trying to figure out if there's something special that happens with the legs. I don't think there is. Okay. Just up in, fill the top, stand properly. All right. Gonna have to make some adjustments here. All right. Red line. Slide. Push the tail in. I think this needs to be turned. It just feels like this is okay. I think it just goes down that far. Okay. And then there's just a little tab on the side, kind of like a transformer combiner. There's a slot right there to put them in. And also there's a tab on the top of this. I don't know if it really makes that big of a difference, but it seems like that is the way it's supposed to go in. All right, so line, put tail in, fold up the legs, pull out the arm adapter. To some work. Oh, I did not do his wings. Just trying to force a bit. That's better. We're pretty much there. I'm gonna put his sword in his hand. He's got a tab on the handle, like a masterpiece transformer. Lion head. The jaws are spring loaded, so it's a little challenging, not too challenging. At least you don't have to worry about cleaning up the jaws afterwards. It's going to close, stay closed. Okay. See if I can adjust the camera a little bit. If I go out any further, it's going to be off camera a little bit. All right. One thing I forgot to turn the sound effects off. Lord, I'm gonna figure out where that button is. Okay, it's up here. So he's got a lot of phrases.
We're going to need the yellow lion, Hunk.
He doesn't think the yellow lion is attached. Okay. So let's see.
Princess, we're a team, and we really need you. Princess, we're a team, and we really need you. We're going to need the yellow lion, Hunk.
Um, I don't know why he thinks the yellow lion's not
We're
attached.
going to need the yellow lion, Hunk.
Okay, let's
Princess, we're a team, and we really need you.
take this foot apart. Okay, it helps if you know which line goes to which position. I had them swapped. And Voltron was like, something's not right. Get the shield back in. It fell out somehow. With all the tabbing and everything, it came out. Okay. He does want to lean. Don't like that. Maybe it's got something to do with the head. Okay. Um, line head. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So if you get this, you may have to play around with the feet a little bit to get them to do what they're supposed to. So yeah, really turn the power down. And let's see. Yeah.
Kids, talk to me. Are you hurt? No, I can handle it. We've got to hang on somehow. I trust you, Keith. Activate laser blades. We've got to hang on somehow. Kids, talk to me. Are you hurt? I'd be hurt if you didn't ask.
Okay, so it's gonna just keep cycling through that. And as you heard earlier, you take one of these guys out. Um,
Activate laser blades. You got it, Keith. Let's put him out of business. Yeah, with Voltron. Come on, team. Let's get out of here fast. Peach, is that you? Where are you?
See, it knows that this is disconnected. So there are
Peach, is that you? Where are you?
there are little buttons associated.
Ready to form Voltron. Activate interlocks. Dynatherms connected. Infracells up. Megabusters are go. Form feet and legs. Form arms and body. And I'll form the head. Go Voltron. Form blazing sword.
Yeah, that's probably not all of them. So that's pretty cool. I'm gonna turn the sounds off. So just imagine for each combination of somebody not being plugged in, the moment you plug them in, there's going to be even more sounds. So the arms unlock by pressing this. This is a button. The legs unlock by lifting up on these little tabs in the back. Um, on his feet, there are these little buttons, and that's how they know that a line is plugged in, and it could tell that I had the it 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 knew the yellow line wasn't on this side. So there's something about the way these are engineered, something about the way the buttons press. Like you put this one on this side, it's not gonna press in the button, and it's gonna pretend that you know the appropriate line isn't installed. So that's just crazy. Um, So real quick for articulation, it's pretty basic, and it's mostly because this thing is pretty big and they mean for it to be a toy. This is, you might be an adult collector, but they mean for this to be a toy. One thing I'm seeing that's kind of weird is the arms are not moving at the joint here. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong or if that's by design. Maybe by design to make this sturdier. That is a little weird. The head, just because of how this whole mechanism works, it's got a large range of motion going up. That's mostly the transformation. It does turn, so he can do a lot of stuff there. This head can go all the way up like that. The hands can turn. These do not pop off. They don't shoot off or anything. But you do have that. There's something weird about him holding the shield. I don't know what it is. He doesn't want to hold that shield. The shield doesn't have, like the handle doesn't articulate. A lot of Voltron toys, like the higher end toys, this will move. This one doesn't. The hips, they don't go out very far. They are ratcheted. They go front and back, front more than back, which I think is fine. There is a thigh cut. There is a deep knee bend, so it's double jointed. And I'm gonna say that there's not articulation here because there's this motion, but this is more for the line. And yeah, you can move this up and down, but you're gonna have stability issues, so you're not gonna get this in like too many like dynamic crouching running poses. And because of the size of it, it's gonna they've preferenced they're trying to balance like articulation and stability. Um, there is no bicep cut. Um, this does rotate. I wonder if no. Okay. Yeah, that's the only thing that's a little weird. So you got this lower piece that can rotate, but this top piece, um, yeah, it does not rotate. So that's one other limitation. I still think it's pretty cool. I mean, it looks really nice. So the Lions are running like 20 something a piece. I actually think these are like 24-ish a piece. The Black Lion was 30. So, this is a little over $100. And I think for the most part it looks pretty good. So this is the Carbonics. This is in a league by itself, but the thing that's interesting is I think this guy is advertised as 18 inches and this guy is advertised as 16 inches, and they're not the same height at all. I mean, it's the Playmates one is much taller. Um, wish I had a tape measure. I don't have one, but this guy is bigger. Now, this guy over here, way more impressive, just detailed to the teeth. At the same time, I'm not going to pick this thing up and like do crazy stuff with it. This guy, I don't mind picking him up and doing crazy stuff with him. So just something to think about. I wouldn't encourage people to buy multiples, but it's just, you know, giving you some ideas about how to collect and display and deal with these things. Another thing I like about this Playmates one is he'll go in right with some Transformers figures. So if you want to mix a display, have a cool 80s display, this is a good figure to use for that also. And lastly, just the play value, you can easily remove these guys, form the lion molds, mess around with them, put them back together. Um, if you drop this, it's not going to shatter. You're not going to break everything on it. I do wish maybe they added a few more paint apps here and there, but it's not terrible. And it is interesting enough that there is some flourishes of detail of panel lining. Like there's some here, there's some on the legs, stuff that's not, and it has nothing to do with animation because the animation was very smooth, very plain, just like the Transformer stuff. But there's, greebles and etch lines and stuff here and there. Nothing too crazy, but enough. I mean, even on the lions, the side of the lion's mouth up here, there's a little bit of detail. So whoever sculpted this was like, let's try to make it a little special. Let's not just go completely, boring, plain with this. So I do appreciate that. So that is the review. I would recommend this if you can only get one Voltron. I think this is a fine Voltron. It is definitely cost friendly and it is super fun to play with. I mean, it makes noises. I mean, how it knows when the wrong lions are plugged in or not plugged in at all. So it's just super cool that they've put something like this together. And only thing I really could ask for is if they made some like 4-inch pilot figures just for, you know, collecting purposes, display purposes. That'd make this perfect. So that's it for the review. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you're going to pick this up, if you've had trouble finding it, if you had any luck finding it. And as always, tune into more videos. Thank you.